Look, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna demonstrate that the video that Rpeternell made, "The Moon is Your Worst Nightmare," is totally correct, except that the figures that he showed are only illusion. They're made with hands, the shape of hands. But in these pictures, you can see exactly how this solar system is made with all these tubes and conduits and structure. I don't know how to call that. It's a structure. Check it out in this image right here. You can see exactly how this deal happens. Look. There they are. There's supposed to be empty space. And they just go up and look at that. They sanitized the image a little bit. They didn't do a thorough work. Look at that. What that is? Well, look. And look at that. That's the thumb, index, middle, the ring, and the pinky. But there's other hands there. I mean, so many of them. Look at that. You can see more geometry or tubes, whatever you want to call this deal. They overlap each other, they're behind, underneath, on the side, diagonal, horizontal, vertical. Look, there's more right there. See that? And that's supposed to be empty space, or what we think is, what we think and call it empty space. No, empty is not a space, it's a structure. Now, what kind of physics are those, that, I don't know, that you can fly through it, and I don't know about that. What kind of celestial physics? Look how the tubes start from the bottom up. Look at that. You can see the ghostly outlines of the structures, the conduits. Look at that. Wow, look at that one right there. Look, this one is exactly like that one right here. That one and this one are exactly alike. Look at that. And that's supposed to be above the moon surface. Look at that. Check it out. That's supposed to be way above the moon surface. Now let me show you. See, look in the dark areas. You can see the exact same geometry. Look, the exact same geometry that you see above the moon surface and what's supposed to be a space. That's how I know that the shape, the basic shape of that geometry is that of hands. And the only thing that I can find is the hands of creation. It's some nebula, galaxy, you name it. Look at that, right there. And this keep going and going and going up into your house, my house, inside, outside, in other planet, moon. The entire solar system is submerged in this geometrical, ghostly, whatever those are, with the shape of hands, all of it. It's on the sun, it's behind the sun. I mean, it's on, I believe it's beyond the solar system too. It's all of it. Now, whether we are alone or that's another question. That's a good question right there. Look at that. Now, let's see.
We all tend to be.
Look, that's the video that Rpeternell made. The moon is your worst nightmare. That's the moon surface right there. That right there, that's the moon horizon. Now look what's above. It's as crowded above as it is on the moon crust. Look, the same thing, the tubes, all of it. It's all the same. Look at the tubes, they go up from the moon surface into what we think is a space. This is insane, man. Well, how the heck can anything fly through that? But it does. So there is some kind of projection. It is a projection, but it's reality, it's true. So the fabric of this reality is that right there. Now you don't see any of these so-called investigators trying to come into this. Either they don't think, I don't think their mind can go that far. They don't see it, or they haven't seen this video, or they just don't see none of this. That baffles me. And what you see there is the same exact geometry that I keep showing everywhere. Oh, this is an enormous finger. There's another one right there, look. There's another one right there. Look at that, whoops, look at that, the fingernail. Look at that. These gigantic hands made out of smaller hands, which are made out of even smaller hands, but then you see this tube that goes into the moon. This is the moon surface right there. That's the moon surface. Now, how the heck anything can fly through that? For it does. And these little blobs, these are fingernails. Look. The fingernails, they're all squarish. They're not round at all. They're exactly the shape of fingernails. Because that's what they are. The fingernail from hands. Look at this one right here. like this. I mean, shoot. See, look at the surface. That's supposed to be the moon crust. Look at that. This is the moon crust, exactly like in that picture I just showed. And then you see the same geometry. Boom, boom. Now, let's see another picture that is there. Look, there they are. Look at that. And that's on the moon crust. That's a view straight looking down from above, from orbit, looking down into the dark areas of the moon crust. What do you see? Look at the tubes. Look at all those tubes. It's like, look at that. Look how complex this is. So the moon must be filled up with that inside too. It might be hollow, but that's the deal. It's made with all of those, and probably energy is what flow. What kind of energy? Well, that's a hell of a question. Well, look at that. That's exactly what's in the damn moon. In the crust, underneath, inside, outside, throughout space, into your house, above your house. And the thing is that we don't see it. We cannot see this thing unless it's with a camera. The camera can see it, but our eyes cannot. And more likely is that the integrity of the image gets lost, or is vibrating in a frequency where only camera can pick that up. Our eyes, you know, when they process the image through the optic nerve, it dissipates before it reaches the brain, or the brain is not able to decode that. That's the only thing I can come up with. Look, that's a hand right there. Look. And you have fingers curled. And you have the thumb right here. It's insane, man. It's like I say, it's something that for somebody that has never seen or haven't heard any of this and doesn't know, when they watch this video, say, well, this guy lost his mind. What the fuck is he talking about? Well, because you don't know a freaking thing. I will have to explain to you the entire deal from the start. Well, look, it's on the ground. Look, it's a sculpted on the ground. The same thing. Look at that. The fingers curl like they're holding something. And they keep repeating. I mean, it's infinite. And they make faces, eyes, animals, you name it. Look at that, and it dissipates into that, but you can see the gear. It's like a scaffolding. Look at that. It's all geometrically perfect. Wow, wow, wow. You know, it's all like that. And then you see rows and rows and rows. It's insane, but it is. Look at that. And then you see that, I mean, it's incredible how it's